Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. You're probably somewhere in the world, and it's probably not lunchtime for everyone. Gonna cover a lot of territory here. I am Katie Bray, your host for today's show, and I'm really excited to have one of my dear friends, Susan Allen, back. This is part two for those of you who had missed the first show, because we did get a lot of feedback that you wanted to ask some of your questions to Susan, who is an expert animal communicator. She's very psychic. She also works with people, but her lead in to working with people started with this deep connection that she has with animals and her ability to communicate with them really clearly. So, of course, I have to share her with the world because I love amazing people and I love sharing amazing people. So, thank you for being here, Susan. Thank you for coming back.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it for the world. You're one of my most favorite people on the whole planet, Katie Bray.
Oh,
I
thank
chant,
you.
"We love Katie Bray."
Oh, I love that. I need to do that too. I just need to, on those days that I'm down, I just need to chant that.
You got enough love coming back at you from everybody that loves you.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, wait, did we go? Let me see. My there we go. Okay, it was my computer screen. I want to make sure people weren't looking at our nostrils and nothing else. So I actually wanted to start off. I wanted to hear the story about this elephant sanctuary, and I know that you have an amazing offer for people. So I
Yeah.
would love to start off with that. And I just want to let everyone know we already do have a question that's been submitted that we're going to get to, but Susan is taking your questions today. So if you have a question about your pet, specific, general, whatever it is, if you want to post a picture, that's great. Or just go ahead and put your questions in the comments. And yeah, I see Vanessa, you're saying that you have some questions too. So please go ahead and post. Michelle, I see that you're here for a little bit. Probably, I know you have some clients, but your question is going to be answered. Susan has that information. But first, Susan, please tell us about this elephant sanctuary. But I want to hear sort of the pre-story, and then I want you to share your amazing offer.
Okay. Well, when I first started this work, I immediately got that elephants needed our help. It was like 8 years ago. And I started to follow the David Childrick Wildlife Trust and got increasingly aware that they need our highest and best thoughts of them hurting and eating and not seeing all, like you and I have discussed in the past, these imaging pictures on Facebook that, sit in our minds. And it's, with all the teachings that I know and I've had and experiences, I know if I put something in my mind, we can make it happen or create it. So I would always see them free and marching and people helping. And little by little, through meditation and prayer, I started to see a lot more activists, including, a very famous Chinese NBA player going to China and doing public service announcements about the poaching crisis. And it seemed to bring more awareness. So I always say, follow your instincts and see them in the highest and best light. And so I connected with a lot of elephant sanctuaries, and this elephant sanctuary sent a newsletter out that their elephant had passed suddenly, that they, just got into sanctuary, I think 2 or 3 years. And I wanted to do a reading for that elephant. And I got to know these people. They have a sanctuary in Brazil. They're building a sanctuary in Africa. They're wonderful. It's Kat and Scott. And my mission is to help them raise enough money to get another elephant that is on the side of the Andes Mountains, so they can't drive the elephant. So it's super costly, but this is a female 50-year-old elephant in need of sanctuary and retirement. And we've got to do a flight in to get her, which is approximately $120,000. So I'm on a mission to help them raise money and awareness. But, talking to the soul of the deceased pet, she told me that the last 2 to 3 years of her life, when she got to the sanctuary, were the happiest and grandest. And she mentioned bananas that Scott had always brought to her. And I saw the in my mind's eye, I saw what had happened. And then when they got the necropsy report, I hope I'm saying that right, it's exactly what was going on. It was a perforation in the intestines. And she wasn't really suffering. And I think, when I talk to deceased pets, I think we have closure, and it helps the person know that, they did the right thing if it was euthanized, or that it passed and it was happy for the time that it had. And I also said to them, another one's coming. And they said, oh, we don't have anything on the radar. I go, one's coming. And they sent me this lovely email that I'll just give you the Reader's Digest version of this, that they just got another elephant. and Maya, the elephant that was grieving over the loss of this elephant that passed suddenly, is getting a little bit sillier and lighter. And the thing is, we talked about loss in pets, you and I, and they know how to do it better than we do. Yeah. They just will really let their grief flow, and they get it all out, and they sit with it, and then they suddenly start coming back to life. Yeah.
I love such a happy story. So what is the offer that you have? We have some questions coming in, so I want to make sure that
so really quick, I've never done this before, so I give a lot of information in 10 minutes. I will do a 10-minute free reading for anyone that donates $25 or more toward the rescue of this elephant by plane, because that's my mission this year.
I love it. And we'll make sure it might have to be after the broadcast, but I'll make sure that link is in the feed so that people can find it. And what would they do? Would they just, if they have a confirmation, would they screenshot it and maybe send it to you as an email attachment so that you know? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and I'll get you right in. 10 minutes is easy peasy. We'll get you right in.
Perfect. Awesome.
And thank you for generous donations. These are really great people.
Yeah, that's so wonderful. And thank you for doing that. I mean, it's beautiful. Beautiful that you're doing that. So I had sent you the picture. Let's talk about Michelle's little one, and then we have Amy asking about her kitty Mira, who I love Mira and Amy's story actually, and I won't get into it because that's Amy's thing, but love. She has a question about her kitty Mira, and then we have Vanessa here, who has a question as well. So. Oh, Amy said she wants to do the donation. So you'll also get a separate time with Susan as well. So that's not considered right here, right now, today. So that's awesome. You'll get more time with her. So did you want to talk about Michelle's?
Yes, I do. Hi, Michelle. I hope you're still here, but if you're not, you can have the replay. I love your dog's eyes. She's adorable. Lily did. I never get sexes right, so don't get offended.
It's a her. Can I read the question real quick so everyone listening can? Do you want me to do that?
Yeah.
So she said she'd be grateful for any insight related to help Lilybit come inside when I call her. She stays outside too long in the fenced backyard and gets heat exhaustion, but she needs the exercise of running. Oh my God, and she's cute. Oh my God. So what do you get, Susan?
So, it's so funny because I went to her and I said, do you want to, and she's got this energy that is amazing. So I could see where you're saying you'd like her to run herself in the backyard. And she's saying, Mom needs to come with me. And that's why I'm trying to lure her in, and Mom could use the walking too to connect with nature. She's busy, busy, busy. And she's sensing your busyness, and it's going to get busier. So she wants you to come outside with her. It probably is a little too hot back there at times for even you, Michelle. So I would, let me just see.
Knowing Michelle the way that I do, I know that that's accurate.
And Michelle, I'm just like, did you ever think of getting her friends? Because they'd get a little bit more exercise because she's showing me that she would actually like a friend. And it seems like you really like this breed. So I feel like there's one waiting in the wings. It may make your life a little easier. But then again, it'd be good for you to, be on the backside of that leash and get some, nature time yourself if you could make the space for that.
Awesome. And she does have a couple of friends. They have they have 3 dogs, and it's possible that they are at different activity levels.
They are, definitely, because she's showing me one that looks like her, that has like this kind of level of enthusiasm.
I get that. Thank you. Okay, that's awesome. So I just sent you. Thank you, Amy. You sent a picture of you and Mira. Very cute. So this is Mira. When we're not live, Susan, I do want to tell you how Amy came to get Mira. It is an awesome story. So Amy's saying my cat Mira does some obsessive behaviors like chewing on a lambskin rug for hours and scratching at a mirror for several minutes over and over. I'm curious if this is a reflection of my own behaviors or if she needs something from me. She also eats very little and I can't find a schedule for her eating. Any insights?
Well, the first thing she said was the lamb rug really tastes good. And I feel like it's a comfort for her as well, but she's somehow tasting something off that rug. I think it's also kind of upsetting her stomach, which then leads to, some stomach issues. And she is saying her chewing is more about feeling comfort. And I feel like we have to, I know you're having trouble with the food and the times to feed her. And I'm sure like every owner, you've probably changed up the food 32 times when they don't have a good appetite. I want to ask you a question. Can you move that lamb rug out of the room, even though it comforts her, for just a while to see if her appetite increases? I feel like she's getting something from there that may be causing a stomach issue. I feel like another toy that's furry, that's US made, if we can find something that's US made, or hand make it yourself. Get some scraps of, I don't know, go to a fabric store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And make it yourself and wash it before you give it to her. I just feel like she's super sensitive. And no, it's nothing in your behavior. She loves her mom. She's saying, I love my mother.
She's saying she can try that. Yeah. I wonder if Amy was meaning not so much about not loving her mom, but more about, is this sort of a mirror reflection? Like, am I looking at myself in kitty form?
Oh,
At least that's the way I interpreted the question.
really? Okay. Well, when I think about, tell me her first name again.
Mira is the kitty, and Amy is who we're talking.
Okay, Amy, there you are. Amy, no, I feel like you're really solid. I don't think you're needy and need to bite on anything. If I'm interpreting your question, it's not a mirror reflection of you at all. It's a reflection of Mira's early life. That's what I'm getting, and it's just comfort. They chew for comfort. And, I have a cat that likes to chew plants, and he kills some of my plants. And I give him kitty grass, and he's just not interested in kitty grass. He'd rather kill my plants. So we're just really careful of the ones he likes, I put where he can't get them. Scratching the mirror.
So, right. So Amy was wondering if that was like mirroring. Is her scratching the mirror is that sort of analogous with Amy being on the phone all the time?
Oh no, I think she loves herself. And she's scratching the mirror because she likes what she sees. I feel like I know. Do you have another cat? Do you, or are you thinking of getting another cat, Amy?
see what she said.
No,
She's probably like, I'm not even allowed to have cats here in the first place.
I know. Well, I just do really good with the little kitty. I know. Listen, today's the day where I'm telling everybody to get an extra pet. I remember I was in a room and like three of the animals had a tooth problem. And I said, don't get anesthesia and don't, get it removed. We can fix it. But it was like, some days are like that, I guess.
Amy's saying no.
No? No, she doesn't have another cat?
Yeah, no, she does not have another cat. I don't
So
think
she
there's
doesn't
plans for that
want to
either.
get one.
Okay, Amy said possibly to keep her company, but I don't have the space.
I don't take up that much space, but I hear you.
Yeah. Okay, Amy, I hope that was helpful and answered your
There's no
question.
suffering, Amy. There's no suffering. Sorry, Katie.
Okay. No, yeah, that's fine. Good. Good. Then Vanessa, she would like to ask about Ollie, who I can see if I can find a picture of. Ollie is a King Charles.
Oh,
I know.
Vanessa.
You know
I
Vanessa.
got it for one of her other pets.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Love Vanessa.
So
Hi, Vanessa.
she says he's been a little different lately and would love to know if Susan can pick up on anything that will help him in whatever way he needs.
Well, he's used to having two, and I feel like I know you don't have the time because you're so busy right now. I haven't spoken to you in over 2 years, I think, but I feel like, your schedule is really hectic. And, they pick up on that. I feel like maybe this is you're traveling a little bit more and he's picking up on that. And I think that he is getting a little neurotic, not because you're a bad mom in any way, shape, or form, Amy, because I know how you are with your pets, but I think he's like just nervous because he would like the actual company. I hope that helps.
Mm-hmm. Are you suggesting that Vanessa gets another pet?
Oh, totally.
Okay.
You're probably going to kill me, right? Well, does she have a cat?
No, but she's saying we live with someone who has a dog sitting business and has dog friends.
It's different than having a best friend. And a bestie that hangs out with you.
Go shopping with,
Yeah. Go shopping. Have doggy dreams with. Right. It's totally different because they're in and out. And your dog, I just think Vanessa's getting really busy and you had that thought. Yeah, and it's totally okay. I mean, your dog is fine, but I think it would do well with another one. And again, your dog is saying one that looks like me, so you know what that means.
Naturally. Right. Awesome. I hope, did that answer your question, Vanessa? We've also have Amanda joining us, and I wonder if she has a question. She also has some little cutie pies. I want to ask a question really quick on behalf of my mom, just to give other people the opportunity to ask some questions if they want. So my mom has relocated out to San Diego. Oh, yeah, Vanessa's like, oh yeah, I know what that means. Another dog that looks like, yeah, naturally. So my mom has two cats.
Mm-hmm.
Their names are Will and Grace, named after like her all-time favorite show.
Perfect.
And yeah, they're brother and sister. And she chose to have them stay with a friend who they stay with every time she travels, and they really love him. His name is Jeff. He's amazing with them. They're very comfortable there typically. And my mom is gone for 6 months. So Yeah, which is a really long time, of course. So I wondered if you could just potentially check in on them.
Well, the immediate thing I get is they said they're fat and happy. He feeds them really quite a bit of food, and they're really happy. They're foodies. As long as they have each other, they're okay. Your mother did the right thing. Hi, Amanda. Your mom did the right thing to, you know, have two.
Mhm.
And this is not ever
They were
saying,
litter mates too.
yeah, oh, okay, so that,
Rescues and litter mates. Yeah,
yeah. And is one orangey? Is there an orange one?
that's
Okay.
Will.
Okay, so I don't, because you didn't send me a picture, and he's the happiest. He's like a joyful roly-poly type, and he says, I just love my mom, and she has to go and do her thing, but we're totally happy. I mean, Jeff feeds us a lot of food, and we get plenty of exercise, even though I don't believe him. Because he's doing really good.
Good. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So yeah, hi to your mom.
Great. Thank you. And then we have a question from Will. He says, "Our Luna, a uh, rat, torrid rat, eats plastic, and yesterday ate part of a delicate necklace. What does she need?"
I love ratties. I mean,
I
I
do
went
too.
to New York, and there was a man called the Rat Man, and I just walked up to him, and I stood in front of him, and I have a picture. He's had all
No,
the rats all over me.
wait,
What?
okay. There was a typo.
Oh,
He's a torty cat.
oh, it's already. Well, there goes my crazy rat story. I think if my husband was with me, he would have just lost his mind. I just had rats all over me, and I'm in the middle of the
It's live. Yay. Okay.
Oh, it's already cat. Okay, so he's chewing too.
Named Luna.
Yeah, a lot of cat chewing. Well, my experience has been that cats feel energy much more than dogs, and dogs are amazing sentient beings, but my cat will lay on my lap every time I meditate, so he feels the energy change.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of activity, Will, going on in your house right now, and he is and I get sex is wrong, so if it's a boy I'm sorry, and if it's a girl I'm sorry.
I think Luna
um
probably is a girl, but that's an
well,
assumption.
girl, yeah.
She,
uh,
yeah, what does she need? Yes.
so I feel like if you could sit in the morning and just ground yourself with your housemate, your wife, or your partner, um, just take a few deep breaths and ground yourselves. I love to teach a meditation practice to my clients because it helps the animals, it helps them. But I think grounding yourself in the morning so she feels like you'll be okay all day. We'll ground the house, we'll ground you, just taking deep breaths and just closing your eyes, setting an intention for your day. This is going to be a successful, abundant, peaceful day. My commute will be great. Whatever it is, if you bring down your own energy, and uh, it'll help her.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope that was helpful, Will. Um, so we have one last question, and it is
Wow.
from Amanda. I know. Uh,
Amanda,
so
Amanda with the sanctuary, the pet sanctuary.
great. She says, "Can you check in on my black lab mix, Maggie, and Peaches Chihuahua mix? Also, my cat Chopstick."
Okay. Let me start with, let's start with the first boy. Give me his name again.
So it's we've got Maggie, the black lab mix, and then Peaches is the Chihuahua mix. The cat is Chopstick.
So is Maggie an older baby? I feel like Maggie's the groaner of the two. And she's saying everything's good. Yeah. Okay. So she's saying everything's good. She gets a little annoyed, but she's kind of like doesn't have the hearing she used to. So Peaches doesn't bother her that much anymore. She's saying Maggie chews everything. Yeah. It's kind of, it's always the nervousness. And I know you probably meditate, so I'm not going to preach meditation, but I have to say, right, she's laughing. Meditation is key because, man, look at the planet. Look at what's happening right now. We need more grounding and more prayer and meditation than, okay. Well, she feels like she's the boss. She might be, but she feels like she's the boss. And, if you're dealing with this, chances are it is, it's, if you're home, I want you to try this. When she goes to chew something she's not supposed to, just take it out and replace it with something that she can chew. If you're not home, then I don't believe in crating dogs. I know everybody thinks crating's like the best thing since sliced ham, but it's not sliced ham. Sorry, pigs. When my dogs were young, I would keep them in the kitchen. Now, obviously, labs can definitely, Maggie is the boss. Because she knows her size. She looks at Peaches and she's like, but I would definitely keep her in the kitchen, maybe gated in. So maybe I'm picking up on Peaches with the hearing thing. Does she bark at everything? Just everything? Or is she pretty much a quiet Chihuahua? Because we have some Chihuahuas that are old souls that don't react. But I feel like Peaches wants to be in your lap a lot. And I think that she would do better if you can pick her up and put her in your lap whenever you can, whenever you're on the computer. And okay, yeah. So that's good. Because she just wants to be your lap dog. Let's go on.
Oh.
And let's go on to the snake. I love reptiles. I picked up my friend. My friend had a New York City apartment. She had this huge cage for her dragon. He was so big. He was 40 pounds. I had never handled a dragon. And she used to bring him so she didn't have to clean his cage. She'd bring him in her tub once a day and she'd shower massage his back. And he knew to go to the bathroom. And then she'd clean her tub out. And one day I went and picked him up and I put my whole arm under his body. So the length of my forearm, oh my God, it was the most amazing animal I have ever held. And I carried him in and I put him in our tub. So that was like my first time I had ever picked up, a beautiful animal that was that big. That's just amazing. That needs heat. She had heat lamps and she had running water. She had this huge cage in her Manhattan apartment. Anyway, so the snakes I see are just, do you have them together? Because they really like each other. Do you have them in the same cage? Because I feel like they're a bonded pair. This is a very bonded pair. And they're showing me the food's okay. They'd rather, I don't know. I just couldn't do it myself. Like live mice, I wouldn't want to watch that. They'd rather have live food, but the food's good and they have no complaints. Do you have a son? A small son? Does she have a son? I don't know.
Yeah, she's got 2 sons.
Okay, they love the boys. The boys love them. Your kids are great with animals. Hooray on being a great mom, like Katie with her kids and animals. We need to teach more of our kids gentle kindness with animals. I think they don't know. It's just right next to each other. They are very good. They're really solid. We got Maggie, we got Peaches, we got the snakes. Was there anything else
I think
that I
that was it.
missed?
Do you have time for one more question, Susan?
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
So Olivia is saying, is my Australian Shepherd Buckley hold the essence? Oh, does my Australian Shepherd Buckley hold the essence of my childhood dogs? Maybe it's wishful thinking.
I love these kind of questions. You know,
Oh, Chopstick. We forgot Chopstick.
chopsticks.
But let's
I
stick with
love
Olivia
that
and
you
then
call
we'll
it
go
the
to Chopstick.
essence. I call it the reincarnation, but that is the sweetest thing when you say the essence, because what I've learned through just this work, not anything I have read, well, not read, but I have meditated on the fact that animals travel in soul families. So there's no mistake that this dog is with you now because it was with you in this lifetime and many lifetimes before. And the stronger your soul gets and the more that your soul learns, the more that these animals learn, and their souls get higher and higher along with you, and they help you. So in a past life, that dog could have been your father or a mother or a son or a brother or a sister. Totally crazy, but it's come up in my readings, and these animals have identified themselves, who they were in this lifetime. And people will go, wow. And I go, wow. I still go, wow. So yes, I definitely feel that this animal, and when you were a child, this dog had a lot more land to run around in. There was a huge amount of grass. Is that kind of how you had it as a child? Was there a lot of grass for the childhood dog that you feel that this is the reincarnation of?
She said, yes, my heart feels this. Let's give her a second to answer the
Yeah,
grass question.
yeah. So this was like one of your favorite animals, and as a child, and I think this helped develop your soul and bring you to the place where you're a huge animal lover. So eventually my feeling is, Olivia, you're going to have a lot of grass, a big backyard of your own, to have many. I would be surprised if you ended up doing some rescue work. And that doesn't mean opening up a huge animal sanctuary. It means like getting with the rescue for these Australian Shepherds. Is it Australian Shepherds? Because I don't see it anymore. Okay. That you bring them over to you and you help foster them until they find a home, or you help them find a home. I feel like that's really in your heart. Having been an animal lover since age 4, when you started to really talk to them and be with them, and you're probably very, very psychic yourself. So
Yeah, I see too.
you picked that up too. Yes, we want to.
For sure.
Oh yeah, that's so cool. Well, it's happening. Just keep setting your sights on where you want it to happen, because Katie knows I wouldn't be on my ranch if it wasn't for her, going through 4 escaroes at this place. And she kept saying, this was my place. And I kept saying, no, no, no. And she kept saying, yes. And I said, Katie, it's a disaster. I don't think this is my home.
Everybody was telling you, run, no, get away. And I was like, no.
I couldn't handle it. I said to my husband, I'm willing to let this guy have our deposit. Yeah. I felt 4 years old, Olivia. I was ready to just let the guy have my deposit. I couldn't see myself here. I was too, it was subjective, and you were my objective look, my objective psychic look. And it was funny the other day. I said, Katie Bray's the reason why we have this place. He goes, no, I'm kind of the reason why we have
Yeah, he said that before, and I was just like, we got to give him credit. And he's like, thank you. Like,
well,
yeah.
I did say to him, I don't think I could get this house. After I went to city and planning, I wanted to know exactly what animals I could have here, how many cows, how many horses, how many ducks, I don't have animals yet, but I did do my investigative research. I just have a cat and a dog. But and I did so much research. I wanted right down to, are they going to throw me out of here if I even do rescue work or I bring in a sanctuary? And I had everything done. And I looked at him and I go, I just want to give this guy the money. Just, I got to walk. I can't deal with him. It was that hard to get this place. And I got it. So I stayed.
Yeah.
Thanks to 3 phone calls to you.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you want to just cover Chopstick, Amanda's cat, real quick, and then we'll just remind everyone about the Elephant Sanctuary and your offer?
Oh, yeah. So Amanda, is there a black and white cat? How do you relate to a black and white cat? Is that a cat in spirit or is this Chopstick? Because I see a black and white.
Let's give her a second.
Okay.
Let's see. She had made a comment, the relationship that she's in, it's like her like complimentary soul. She was relentless, like, no, it's not him. I was like, yes, it is. It was the same thing. And now she's like, I can't imagine my life without him. He's the best. I was like, I know that. I know. That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
so, yes, Chopstick is a tuxedo.
Oh, okay. Okay. He's saying there's a lot of activity at the house.
3 kids.
Oh, okay.
3 kids.
I thought it was
Dogs,
2 boys.
babies.
Oh, that's a lot of activity.
Yeah.
So he's saying there's a lot of activity at the house, and I'm kind of on the smaller side. He goes, but I jump high, he said, and he's showing me grass. I don't know if he's showing me that he's biting grass or biting a plant like my guy, but he's showing me that he likes that. Big boy. Well, he's smaller compared to the dog. He feels smaller, but he said that he just couldn't picture his life with another family. He's really happy there. He said that you did rescue him. Is that a smiley face? I can't tell. And he says he likes turkey, so continue with the turkey. Wow, you know, you have a lot of spirit activity in your house, but it's all good spirits. I feel like, you know, I don't have a lot of work under my belt with Saint Germain because I usually use, you know, my patron saints with the animals. But I see that you must call on Saint Germain a lot because I see Saint Germain's energy in your house. So that helps keep, you know, the tribe calm, and you rescued him, yeah. It helps keep the tribe calm and in sync, and you know, your work in the world and your prayers and meditation help. So good work, girl.
Awesome.
Interesting, her last name, such a cool last name. Talking about the ascended masters, right?
Oh yeah, she brings them all in. Like,
oh man, so many.
House is like, you know, like a airport.
It feels like
like literally, it's just like this light show of masters that just like right into her. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
To come down there and visit you girls.
And Wayne, actually, the 2 of you are very connected to Wayne Dyer. She channels Wayne Dyer and has a book that's all channeled from Wayne that she's
I know
published.
She promised me a copy.
Yeah.
I'm so excited because I've written now 2 chapters, and I did Wayne's course and met Wayne 4 years ago, and I'm now reading all the notes. I sat up last night and I read all the notes I got from him, and I'm just like, wow, amazing connection with Amanda. Thank you, Katie Bray.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for all your amazing questions. Thank you, Olivia, Amanda, Vanessa, Amy, Michelle. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Will, I hope I didn't miss anyone. There's a few people I'd love to connect you with who are watching. And can you mention about the Elephant Sanctuary deal again, what you're doing?
And you're going to post the link?
I will.
Okay, great. Okay, so the name of the animal sanctuary, for the next year, I have told them that 10% of all my income is going to them. And whatever you give to them, $25 or more, I will give you a free 10-minute reading. And that I'm going to do for the whole month of August. So Katie's going to post the link. Just take a screenshot that you made the donation to globalelephants.org /rescue Rhomba / but you'll post it, right?
I'll post it.
All right, super cool. Thank you so much. And we're raising $120,000 to rescue this older female elephant that's 50 years old that is on the side of the Andes Mountains, and we can't get to her any other way but plane. So I'm including myself in that we, like, I'm gonna get
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm visually going to see this animal happy and healthy, and I want everybody to love you too. I want everybody to see this wonderful animal like safely getting airlifted quick. I want to get this money together for them really quick to their sanctuary. These are really wonderful conservationists. I feel so privileged and lucky to have read for them and met them, and they're good people.
Beautiful. Do you have any final words or thoughts, or what's the easiest way for everyone to get in touch with you? You're at susancommunicates.com, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll put that also in the...
Thanks.
Anything else?
I love doing this. This is so fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It is fun. And just so everyone here knows, if you go to my website, livewiththelightson.com, you can subscribe to my newsletter. It's an e-magazine that I put out once a month. So I don't bombard you with anything, but what's cool is I've put together a video, and this is what you get for free if you subscribe to my newsletter. And it's when you're looking for a psychic or a healer, here is the criteria that you want to look for to help you have discernment in finding the people who are skilled, who are pure, who are going to do right by you. It is not self-promotion at all. It is that I've seen enough riffraff out in the world, and I feel like the more educated people are about what it is to look for and how can you discern what a quality, healer or reader is versus someone who maybe needs a little bit more time and work and healing of their own. So you can grab that on my website, which is livewiththelightson.com. And you just hit the subscribe button, sign up, and you will get the video. So please, just arm yourself with information, I think is really important, because then you can talk to people like Susan and Amanda. And we've had some amazing people here today who are very gifted themselves. But I want to see more people going to the people who I know will handle them with care. So,
yeah. Oh,
yeah, right?
Saying that. So beautiful and so beautifully put.
Very important. So thank you. Let's do this again sometime.
I'd love to.
Perfect. And thank you everyone for watching. Bye, Susan. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Have an amazing day.
Have an amazing day.